Bam, there we go. The fridge started making its noise just as I went live. That's annoying. But here I am anyway for the start of a new week of live streams. And hello, Megaleech and Justin and Kilter King. Clear. Good to see you all. And what is it? Tuesday. I have to tell myself what day it is about 5 times a day, or I'm just going to forget what goddamn day it is. Raiders, hello. I love the shirt too, Kels. It just arrived like yesterday, day before. And there's a few other ones, so I'm going to be parading. So the cat's got a martini. Which side? It's not a mirror. Stop thinking it's a mirror. It's a cat with a martini. I'm down with martini cat, basically. So yes, I'm going to be fashion parading cocktail shirts this week because I've got new cocktail shirts. Jude Maris, hello. Haven't seen you for a little while. I hope you've been well. So yeah, I've been just chilling, doing the work thing. Just before here, I was watching because there's a whole bunch of channels on YouTube that are people making videos on how to make better YouTube videos, how to get a bigger audience on YouTube. And not so much for this channel because it's definitely a stage that all I want to do is kind of chill out and do live streams. It is very slightly misaligned, isn't it, Megaleech? I'm actually impressed they got it mashed up because it's a button up and you can see so not showing off my hairy chest, I'm actually wearing a singlet. But if I unbutton it, you can see, okay, there's Martini Cat in all her glory. I've decided Martini Cat. Oh my God, it's not a mirror. Stop thinking it's a mirror. So, right, okay, Martini Cat. But they almost got the alignment right, but it's just slightly off. Celtic Toby got his second COVID shot yesterday. Nice. Raiders, I haven't been paying close attention to the New South Wales ICAC because, yeah, I just want to see what happens. I mean, they're also fucking corrupt. The fact they're also fucking corrupt is no guarantee that they're actually going to be found guilty of corruption, but they are all corrupt as fuck. Justin, don't get bothered dressed some days. That's what COVID lockdown does. Seriously, some days I only have, if I'm doing a live stream, there are days I have a shower just before the live stream and I'm still wearing pajama pants. I'll just put a shirt on. That happens. That's a thing that happens. So just noticed Jude Mara saying you're suitably mad with all the nonsense going. There is a lot of nonsense. No matter where you are in the world, there's a lot of nonsense. It's impossible to avoid nonsense, volumes of it. And of course, it's going to differ from person to person what you think nonsense is, but that's the world we live in. Chris, I like the shirt too. One of my new arrivals. I'm just going to keep saying that all night, obviously. Martini Cat. I think I actually ordered 10 all told from this site. And they don't put together the whole order. They put together which ones they have on hand and send them and then progressively fill your order. So the first ones that arrived this week, and after me ordering them a few weeks ago, was 4 in the package. So this means sometime over the next couple of weeks, or maybe longer, another 6 will arrive. I think I remember from the first lot I ordered last year, I thought I'd had the whole order, and then ages later, like a month or 2 months later, one more shirt arrived. And there you go, your order's finished now. And oh, fuck me, I forgot I was still waiting for one. What's my microphone? It's a Blue Yeti. Blue Yeti. So I'm not even sure how much I need it for the live streams. I think it'd probably be fine if I just use the webcam camera, but it just looks sexy. And you may notice, because I wanted to show off the shirt, I've put I can't reach the keyboard. I put the laptop further away. That's my cocktail book on the cat tower. So yes, there was a period where Mimsy would come in and sit here for the live stream, sit here and demand scriptures and whatnot. But Mrs. Angry's playing video games in the next room with her son, and Mimsy sitting with her. Hey, left-wing dork suck. Hello. Just the usual is up. Justin, if I had to pick a politician to do a live stream with, who would I pick? Is there any limitations? Australian or international? Alive or dead? You know, John Howard, just so I could punch him in the fucking face. But if we're putting a limitation that I'm not allowed to be violent, boo, for a start, that's a bullshit limitation. So I will throw that. Okay. So yes, what are the parameters? Alive or dead? Australian or international? I'm just going to assume I'm not allowed to be violent. So we'll roll with that. A non-violent interview with a politician. You know who I'd like to have? I'd like to have Penny Wong on and get her drunk and just get her to say what she really fucking thinks of the LNP, because she barely conceals her contempt at the best of times. And on a semi-regular basis, her contempt is released completely for a run around the paddock, where she makes no secret of the disdain she has for these fuckwits. But I would like to have Penny Wong on and get her drunk and encourage her to just really cut loose, because I think that'd be fucking hilarious. Right? Does you want to interview Trump from a prison cell? That would be fun. That would absolutely be fun. I'm reminded of an Ian Rankin book. It's the only Ian Rankin book I have, and I was gifted it, and it's a good book. I should probably read more Ian Rankin, because he wrote a lot, and he wrote in a few different styles. Anyway, I think it's called Dead Air. But it's a good book, fun book, goes on a few things, involves London mobsters and other things. This guy who's, a bit of, I don't know, he's a political activist, the protagonist in it. And he's a lefty, and he gets invited on some talk show to debate a fascist. And I don't mean a Tory that I don't like. The guy that, the BBC's brought on for this thing is a fascist, a Hitler worshipping white supremacist, exterminate the unworthy things. This guy's agreed to go on. And at one point he's trying to get a gun, and they really make you think that he's taking the gun into this studio, because then just before they go live, he feels you little things you don't know. When people are wired up to be on TV, often there are wires running up inside their clothes and stuff, and it's a real hassle to do. I think I'm going to sneeze. Oh, sorry, I just felt that tickle in my nose. Yeah, so he's actually got all these wires for the microphone and stuff, and he's brought in some nail clippers. And then just before the show goes live to air, he's busy cutting all the wires that are running him, so he's not attached to anything, and he's just cutting all the wires. And then it goes live to air. There's the host, there's him, and on the other side is the fascist. And as soon as the host says, like, welcome, good evening, he just jumps the table and sort of runs across the top of the table, the other side where the fascist is, and just goes and lands this haymaker right in the fascist's face. It was really unexpected because they'd been sort of setting up the teaser to make you think he was going to bring a gun to this and either threaten the guy or whatever, but the gun was because there was stuff happening with mobsters. But yeah. Safa, don't think it was COVID, mate. I'm allergic to cool shirts. I hope not. Abigail, sorry, that's a book. You watch it by looking at black markings on a page and then hallucinating on the basis of the shapes of the black markings on the page, which is a super weird thing humans do when you think about it, because that's essentially what's happening, whether it's pictograms or text or whatever. Yeah, it's like there's a particular set of markings and they go in through your eyes into your brain and you hallucinate something based on what's there. Justin, you want me to get drunk with Kevin Rudd? He is a bit of a pisshead. I wouldn't go out of my way to hang out with Kevin Rudd, though. I've heard that, Abigail. People with aphantasia can't do the hallucinations. It's a particular the way some people's brains work. They can't imagine things, which is wild. Salumi, hello. Speaking of wonderful people I feel like I haven't seen in a little while, Fox of Fate and Salumi here as well. Yes, Fox. Well, the state opposition is again led by the guy who had lobster with a mobster. Man, I want those motherfuckers to get creamed at the next state election. I want that so bad. It's really, actually, on the federal level, every survey just has primary vote situation getting worse and worse for the LNP. Now, I don't really believe that. I'm not going to base any feelings on any surveys. We'll wait and see what happens. But, it takes that much. So, it's not something you have to apologize for. Me saying I hadn't seen you was not an admonishment. It was just an expression at joy of seeing you tonight. Heine, you shave in the shower sometimes. Oh, wow. Okay, when close your eyes, you feel like you can see your face. Well, as you can see, I don't really shave. I do. I shave under here, and sometimes I trim these. But yeah. Is Dan's dream of unlimited power complete? Yes, he is the Emperor Palpatine. Unlimited power! Yes. Justin, I think I'd learn from a drunk politician whether I like them or not. I just think some are more boring than others. I think most of them are boring. Like saying I don't really want to hang out is Kevin Rudd's not. I hate Kevin Rudd. I just think he's boring. Oh, no. Silly me. Definitely don't feel bad. Do not feel bad. The fact you have stuff going on is not a thing to apologize for. And honestly, even if you didn't have stuff going on, but you just didn't want to join the stream for a while, there's just no one needs reasons. No one needs to apologize. You're either in the mood or not. Yes, Raiders, the red pill nutters. That's what I was channeling them with Dan Andrews. Look, admittedly, Dan Andrews fucking loves the cops. And he never saw a punitive measure he didn't like. All his track record is someone who believes in control. Celtic King, you'd like to see me talk with Pauline Hanson? I wouldn't. What's the fucking point? Why? And I get you're hard to be offended. No, she's a horrible person. She's a horrible person. She's a hateful person. She's an extremely unintelligent person. And she's a liar who argues in bad faith. What's to be gained? Again, because I already set the rule, I'm not allowed to punch them in the face. So I would not waste time with Pauline Hanson. Hellion, hello, Kirsten. Safa, I don't know the ins and outs of the legislative rules and whatnot, but yeah, one thing is what COVID told us is it can get difficult to extend a state of emergency. So he's proposing specific legislation to deal with a specific circumstance we have now been faced with and are in all probability going to be faced with in the future. I think it should be debated. If people think it's going too far, then they should put up logical, reasoned objections to it. And Dan Andrews should be forced to respond in a logical way to logical questions. Oh God, Raiders, you watched an anti-vaxxer live stream. An ex-junkie who won't get the jab. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Is that Zulumi? Oh, yeah. Okay. Online dating sagas. Met a partner in May, properly dating since July, and his other partner's being difficult. So you're setting proper boundaries. Well, that's good. Celtic, you didn't know how stupid Hanson was? Oh, no. I knew how stupid she was from her first big media outing with, please explain. She's a very weird person. Very weird person. Left-wing dorks. Would I talk with Tony Abbott? I'd probably rather shut my dick in a car door. Again, Tony Abbott's just an awful person. He is also a stupid person. He's not as stupid as Pauline Hanson. He vastly overrates his own intelligence and importance. He is a horrible fucking person. He's a deeply bigoted person. And he's a creepy motherfucker who lies as often as he breathes. Oh my God, yes, Abigail, I saw that thing. Local activists went down to take photos of the last sad fucks who still want to protest because we shouldn't be forced to get the vaccine mandates. There's like a dozen of them, and they're pathetic. And it's just like, yes, fuck you people. I hate you so fucking much. Pauline Hanson, too many Asians. Pauline Hanson is just a very stupid person who has made no effort to broaden her horizons. She's stupid and she's a liar. She's a self-interested grifter. So she's just basically beneath contempt. Yes, Fox, her big early hits were Please Explain, being an anti-Asian xenophobe, and as a publicity stunt, filming a video that started with, if you're my fellow Australians, if you are watching this, I have been murdered. No one cares enough about her to murder her. Dude, oh my gosh. Do you have the bad arm reaction to your COVID jab? Look, I think in terms of, okay, I don't count my reactions as bad reactions. I think if you feel bleh for a day, kind of like you have a cold or something, that's a reaction. It's not a bad reaction. But yeah, some people, and I'm assuming you're telling us you are one, yeah, can fuck up your arm for a while. And I think there's like, because we've got the statistics, because how many people do it? About 1 in 10,000 people have a complication bad enough they have to go to hospital, which is not great. And about 1 in a million people can die. from complications from the vaccines. But yeah, the arm thing. Yeah, your arm felt like someone had whacked it 50 times with a sledgehammer. I know people who felt like that for about a day or so. But yeah, the fact that you had it for longer, that could be down to a couple of things. It could just be a reaction to the vaccine. The person giving it to you might have whacked it straight into a muscle in a way that was not great for you. Safi, you reckon you had sore shoulder for 3 days. I've heard variants of that a few times. Yeah. Oh yeah, no. Well, my arm wasn't sore at all. It's like if I poked the vaccination site, I could feel it. It felt like a bruise. But yeah, like Safa's saying, he had a sore shoulder for 3 days. Jude Maris saying it happened to you for about a week. Sulim, you reckon AstraZeneca doesn't give the dead arm effect? I had AstraZeneca as well. Oh, so Safa, if you moved your arm up or down, that hurt. Jude, week and a half, no use of the arm. God damn. Yeah, and and it's not just the COVID vaccine. Some people will get it'll fuck up their arm. A whole range of vaccines. But yeah. Okay, Mimsy just got shut here in the kitchen with me, and she's trying to open the sliding door. Which, if you can hear a noise that sounds like someone knocking on the door, that's Mimsy buffeting the sliding door, trying to get out of the kitchen. God, I might actually take pity on her and walk her. Oh no, she's done it. She's managed to squeeze through. There we go. There we go. Oh no, Safa, it was his sleeping shoulder. Oh no. So Salim, your partner got first jab on Sunday and he was fine. Well, that's good. Left-wing talks, you want to shoot one nation with love darts to change your ways. Look, anyone espousing anything that I thought was stupid or hateful, I guess depending on the circumstance, I might take a moment to say, what's all that about then? But again, particularly if you're in one nation, it's like 99% likely trying to talk to them is a complete fucking waste of time. But I mean, I'm not averse to giving people enough rope to hang themselves. Like just going, well, explain to me something that makes you not sound like a brain dead racist piece of shit. And I wouldn't say that because that's too confrontational, but that would be my intent. If I said to someone, explain something to me, implicit in that is explain something to me in a way that I don't just assume you're a brain dead racist piece of shit and you're a waste of my time. Yeah, so. Oh, Safa, you're missing lockdown? Dude, you can self-lockdown as long as you want, man. Just keep getting stuff delivered to your house. Oh, nice. Salumi, going to visit the family when the borders open again? Well, I'm not even sure what South Australia's rules are, but I know... Actually, I haven't even looked at the interstate travel rules. I know as of Friday night, there are very few restrictions left in place in Victoria, because that's when we hit 80% double vaccinated, and we're projected to hit 90% before the end of November. And then I don't think there's any restrictions for vaccinated people at that point. Yeah. Ooh, oh, wow. Did your partner get a sausage sizzle for getting a vaccine? I didn't even get a goddamn lollipop. All right, so 23rd November, fully vaccinated people can travel. Okay. Cool. Announced today. Thanks, Arthur. And Tassie's going to open up on the 15th of December. Man, who the fuck knows? I might go on a holiday in January. Might travel somewhere in January. That'd be wacky. We'll see. We'll see what happens between now and then. Tommy, hello. You were called a bigot for supporting a trans woman. So you understand there's no talking space. Again, yes, when you get the weirdness of people calling you a bigot because you're being not bigoted, it's like, maybe I won't waste time with you. Justin, coming down to Saturday. I hope you have a good time, man. I'm still, although I did catch up with Nettie and Abigail last weekend. I was talking to Mrs. Angry about it, where we're still not going to go out for a couple of weeks. Gonna wait and see what happens. Yeah, Silly, you didn't get anything either. Walk-in clinics. Ah, man. Yeah, I didn't go to a walk-in clinic. I went to one of the big vaccination centres at was at the Royal Exhibition Building in Carlton Gardens. So it's more than 2 months since I got my second shot, and I waited 12 weeks. I waited the 12 weeks for AstraZeneca, so it's like 5 months since I got my first shot. So if you think we need the army in your town, yeah, I saw the thing you sent me about in terms of percentage of the population, the number of cases is really high. Not as bad as what it was in Dubbo. As I was pointing out to someone when Dubbo had their nasty outbreak, I was pointing out to people those numbers in terms of the percent of population is like Melbourne getting 30,000 cases a day. So it's pretty bad. Yes, Fox. A Starwood coffee cocktail. Yes. Nettie and I went shopping. Bought alcohol. Yes. Yes, Jude. We are already talking boosters. It's close to being formal in Australia. And it's probably going to be a suggestion of 6 months after your second shot, you should get a third shot. And it'll probably be prioritized. It'll be health workers and the aged people first. The highest risk people will be first. But it's likely the recommendation is going to be 6 months after your second shot, get a third shot. And then we don't know what's going to happen after that. We don't know for sure if they're going to say annual booster, but most of the thinking at the moment is you should get 3 shots over, 6-month period. Left-wing dork suck. Big question. Why don't I do angry videos anymore? COVID took it out of me, actually. At the start of COVID, I realized I was only doing 2 types of video. One where I was ranting about COVID and fuckwits, anti-vaxxers, and conspiracy fuckwits, and one where I was ranting about Trump fuckwits and conspiracy fuckwits. And I just thought, this is just shit. I'm just repeating myself. And I just started doing these live streams as a sanity thing. But also, I realized after a while, because, I've been working all through lockdown. I've been working from home for 18 months. I might be moving into a permanent job. And the way, particularly in the public service, permanent jobs work, the fact that I made angry, sweary videos could actually be used against me in a workplace. And so it came down to realizing there was no benefit to me in continuing making the angry videos, because I was never getting rich off YouTube. I was never making a living off YouTube. So there was no upside, and there was a significant potential downside, as in it could derail my work. So then as soon as I did that little bit of maths, it was like, oh yeah, I think that part of my life is done now. It was fun. Like I did it for like 15 years, but it's like I said, there's no upside and significant potential downside. So why would I do it? That's basically it. So what's the chances of Scummo getting rolled for his mission plan? 0, because there is no plan. It's a complete fucking lie. Fox, the spiced rum was spicy. The video went live yesterday. So you can go and check it out on Angry Cocktails. The spice must flow. The spiced rum gave the drink a real kick. Left-wing dorks, they could see the videos anyway, but I could say, I don't do that anymore. Or I could fucking private the channel. I could kill the channel if I thought it was necessary. Because like I said, there is no benefit to me. And the bandaged finger. On Friday night's live stream, I was peeling a lemon and the peeler slipped, and the peeler's really fucking sharp. and cut a massive fucking gash in that finger, which realistically I probably should have stitched. Everyone who's here on the stream will remember how I was screaming and swearing, and it fucking hurt. Like I really fucking gouged myself with a peeler. And I've done a Band-Aid. That's as far as I went with it. It's fine. It'll heal in, I don't know, another week or two. Yes, Alpha Scum wants to control the internet like China, and he wants to be revered like dear leader in North Korea. Left-wing dorks, have I thought of killing the channel? I have thought of it. I don't think it would be necessary because, like I said, in my worst case scenario, that's okay. Here's the thing I envisioned. I envisioned where I was working somewhere that I had some sort of conflict with someone, and I don't shout at people at work, but say I came into some sort of conflict with someone, and I could. Because I've actually had slightly similar things, not about YouTube, but I've had people try and manipulate the system in the past and say, he makes me feel unsafe. And if I was still doing the angry videos, I could see someone doing it and maybe getting away with it, saying, he makes me feel unsafe. And I've seen these things he does where he screams and swears, and I feel unsafe working around him. And they could conceivably get away with bullshit like that. But if I'm not still doing those videos, and I haven't been for 2 years, it's a very easy case to make. That was performance. It's not me, and I don't do it anymore, which really shows it's not me because I could stop doing it. So those are just there more or less as an historical document for a character I was playing. So I don't, at this point, feel the need to kill the channel. But, I've had people be real fucking shifty to me in jobs in the past. It's taken a few different forms. The worst one was ages ago, like 20 years ago, like pre-YouTube. This fucking manager, she totally had it into me. God damn it, she was fucked. I ended up winning at the end of the day, but the way she tried to fucking set me up, if I'd have been doing YouTube at the time and she found out about it, she absolutely would have tried to use it to get me fired, because she was fucking evil. But yeah, some people are shit. Left-wing dog suck. No, it won't be good for me. I like the historical document of the stuff. There's only a tiny, tiny, tiny possibility that I'd ever kill the channel and remove the videos, because I like it as an historical document. And that was the whole thing. The whole time I was doing it, when I was really into it, and of course the time I was most into it was about 10 years ago, and it just kind of continued on. But I was most into it like 10 years ago. And sometimes people said it might interfere with your job. And I was 100% of the opinion, if someone doesn't want me to work for them because of stuff I do on YouTube, they can go fuck themselves. I don't want to work for them. And that was how I felt for the longest time. But again, that's the past. Things change. I'm an old man. I have to think about retirement. So, yeah, it is what it is. Ridiculous saying. I don't know why I just said that, but it is. Some people say it don't be that way, but it do. So yeah, I'm doing the cocktail channel. Cocktail channel's fun. I was actually, because I was watching a whole bunch of videos of these people, like how to make your YouTube channel better. Because I'm just fucking around with the cocktail channel. It's not growing hugely. I enjoy doing it. I'm taking a very long haul point of view with it. But these videos I was watching really got me thinking, like, well, I could do a whole bunch of things and punch it up. So, yeah. Silimi having an Ambleside Mandarin gin. Nice. Tommy, did I hear about Bruce Campbell's new movie? I watched the trailer for that today. I actually watch an absurd amount of film and TV trailers on YouTube. It's like, people probably think I watch political videos all the time on YouTube, and I don't. I hardly ever do. Most of what I watch is film trailers and music videos. Oh, and cocktails. To keep up to speed with my cocktail channel, I watch a lot of other cocktail channels. I hardly watch any political videos on YouTube. So, Left-wing dog sack. What am I going to do after all this COVID stuff? Travel? Try getting grandchildren? Okay, that's a very weird way to phrase it. Try getting grandchildren? Certainly not going to coerce either of my offspring on that front. Oh, I think I'd be a great granddad. Or a good granddad, not a great grand. Eventually, maybe, if I live long enough, be a great granddad. Dude, the castle mold cake I actually gifted that to someone in lockdown. I realized that there's a few things around the house. One thing I did, there was a bunch of kids' videos. And like, the youngest in the house is 18 now. And I thought, oh my God, okay. And I ended up with this big box of kids' videos that I knew no one would ever watch again. So I just put them online and said, is there anyone local who has kids and doesn't have a streaming service? I can send these to you. And someone responded and said, oh my God, that would save my life. And I went, here you go. Chucked them in a box. They gave me $20 for the postage because that's what it cost to post. And they got a bunch of discs that were just collecting dust here. And then we also had these, it wasn't just the castle cake. We had a bunch of other pretty flash cake molds that the kids were into when they were younger, and they were never going to use again. So again, I just posted them online and said, would anyone actually really like to make these, good for if you got preteen kids? And a guy I know said, his sister's autistic. She loves to bake, and these would really excite her. And I'd, fuck yeah, dude, let's do it. So I just boxed them up, and we actually met because he wasn't that far away. So it looked like we're doing a drug deal. We met in a Coles car park, and I handed off a box to him. And I think we both looked really shifty, but it was really funny. I just handed off this box of cake molds to him. And I gave that away. Yeah. So then you think I'd be an awesome granddad? I think I'd be good. Your dad's also pre-granddad material, but you don't want kids? You might want to adopt one day. Who knows? It's an actual excellent question. Left-wing dorks suck. Would I retire the channels and stop doing content? I don't know. I enjoy these live streams a lot. They were mainly about being in lockdown and maintaining contact with people, which is arguably less necessary going forward. But I don't know. I like doing these. So I literally. Oh no, you just hate kids. Okay, cool. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. Yeah. And yes, Safa Netflix was a DVD rental service originally. Justin, do I know what my most popular videos are? Yeah, my most popular videos are really clickbaity. It's people thinking they were going to see sex. From the early days, I did really clickbaity things. The last video I did that got a lot of views, and again, this is like 10 years ago. Like I haven't had any sort of videos with a lot of views in 10 years because I stopped trying, essentially. But the last one I did that had a lot of views, there was a billboard that was an advertising slogan for, was it jeans? And it was just something about being stupid is good. And so I did a video. It's next to a really busy road. I had my camera on my monopod. The video is called Stupid People, Fuck Everything About Them. And I just ranted for like 10 minutes about how much I hated this fucking billboard that was saying it's cool to be stupid. And it's like, no, I'm fucking sick of stupid people. I hate stupid people. Abigail and Salumi bonding over kids suck. Thank you, Megalich. It was Diesel Jeans. Oh yes. See, you're the wine aunt. I love that, Salumi. Yeah, fine with kids you can return. I was always good with kids I could return to. I think I did an okay job with my own kids. They seem not sociopaths. God, yes, Bronwyn Bishop Safa. She's a bit of a horror show. Thank you, Tommy. That is a very kind way to put it. It's a time capsule that shows I've matured. It's yeah, the world not so much. Nice. I like that. That's a very kind appraisal, Tommy. Thank you. So, 48, 42. Okay. Thank you. I'm sure there was a sex one too, but they were very clickbaity. Crocodile eats shark and Attack of the Ninja Kangaroo. Yeah, it was just a video about how weird shit happens in Australia. How many viral videos have I had? Videos with lots of views. I mean, actually, I could friggin' tell you. Let's just go videos with a lot of views. Where's my YouTube channel? I just saw a video thumbnail that said, I wish I knew sooner. And for a second, I thought the title was, I wish I had a boner. That's not good, is it? That's not good at all. Videos. Sort by. Most popular. Okay. Jesus Christ. Crocodile eats shark. Attack of the Ninja Kangaroo. 6.7 million views. Okay, yeah. Graphic sex education with the Barbie, which is a very funny video, which I'd like to redo. 4.2 million views. Censored lesbian kiss protest. 3.5 million views. Campaign advice for John McCain. The advice was stop smiling because you look fucking creepy. 2.5 million views. Sexy ass, 1.6 million views. I'm not having sex with you, 1.6 million views. Two girls, one cup Dalek reaction, 1.3 million views. Larry King crying live on air because of Anderson Cooper. So, okay, that's nearly 1 million views. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 videos over 1 million views, one with almost 1 million views. And then there's a couple Mistress M ones that have over 800,000 views. Again, people think there's going to be sex in them. Yeah, you go down the list and they're all these clickbaity ones where people think they're going to see sex. They're all in the hundreds of thousands of views. Oh my God. 250,000 views. A video titled Pauline Hanson nude. And I did that thing where you do it with you get a real close up of that bit of your finger and it looks like a bum. Because someone posted some 70s topless photos of a redhead who kind of looked a little bit like Pauline Hanson, but it wasn't actually Pauline Hanson. Celium, you still have my gay lines viral tweet. Here's the fun thing. Viral tweets like that on Twitter are useless. Millions and millions of impressions on that. And I got about less than 100 followers out of it. So Salumi, when you came to Victoria, hoping to bring your partner, we need to give him cocktails. He's not at all yet. We need some wins. He likes a cable car. Cable car's a nice cocktail. Absolutely. Join you. Take him to, there's a bunch of good cocktail bars to choose from. And get him an easy to get into cocktail. You know, I won't be a wanker and tell him he has to do this particular thing or whatever. Some easy to get into cocktails. But yeah. Now I want to remind myself. You're gonna be reaching for the people cocktail. Okay. So, okay, so that's spiced rum, orange curacao, lemon juice. Oh my God, that is basically, Jesus, that's basically my June cocktail, but with blue curacao instead of orange curacao. I just realized that. They said to do like a cinnamon sugar thing, and with spiced rum, orange curacao, and lemon juice. I did spiced rum and blue curacao. My God, my June cocktail is basically a blue cable car. Slightly different, but basically a blue cable car. Oh, like nice. Oh, the Starwood Whiskey Distillery is great, actually. Well worth a visit. You can get a little tour and then have a drinky. March, autumn's a good way. Yeah, there was a period like if my timing wasn't so bad, if I was a bit more entrepreneurial, there was a period like 12 or 13 years ago that if I do stuff differently, I might have, made a living from YouTube. But my timing was always shit and my approach was always shit. Nettie, you love the shirt? Martini cat. Martini cat. I also love that the cat is wearing cat's eye glasses, which is hilarious. And I'm going to have one more drink. I just decided earlier, I haven't been drinking my sour apple liqueur that I made. I think I'm just going to have some. Not even going to mix it with anything. Just have a sour apple liqueur. Oop, that's very syrupy. Nice. Safa. Oh, the Yakandanda Hotel was a hotspot. Yeah, see, when I travel, I want to go to Yakandanda. There's a distillery there I want to visit. Jude, see, you're thinking. It would be funny if the garnish in the martini was a mouse impaled on a cocktail pick rather than an olive. See, you're thinking. Yeah, Nettie, I'm not sure if they do dresses in these patterns. I haven't looked into it that deeply, but yes, you missed me saying this, Nettie. That I've actually ordered about 10 new cocktail shirts. 4 of them arrived this week, so I will be fashion parading them over the course of the next week or so. My new cocktail shirts. A mouse teeny. That is an excellent idea, Jude Norris. That is good, man. I made this. I'm just throwing it out there. I made this myself. Homemade sour apple liqueur. It's really good. Basically, Granny Smith apples, chopped them up, put them in vodka, and left it for I think it was about a week. So the vodka took on a bit of color and apple flavor, and it really softened the vodka too. And then I made an apple syrup, which is chopped up Granny Smith apples again, covered in sugar. After a day or so, the sugar absorbed apple juice out and turned into a syrup. And then I had orange and I think it was lemon and lime peel. Might have been some blood orange. I think it was lemon and lime there. Lemon and lime peel, cover that in sugar, and it leaches out all the oils and turns into a syrup. So it's like 300 mils of the apple vodka, 100 mils of the apple syrup, and 100 mils of the sour syrup. And so I've got my own homemade sour apple liqueur. It's really fucking good. I haven't tried it okay. So that's a third sugar. That's a lot of sugar in there. It's really good though. You see where piss. It's probably somewhere between 25 and 30% alcohol. And you can definitely get pissed off it. Left-wing dorks like Bearing and other weirdos making videos about me. There are certainly weirdos. It's less of a thing. It was more of a thing, I don't know, between 5 and 10 years ago for right-wing fuckheads to obsess about me. Like people I had no idea they existed were obsessing about me. It was very weird. No, Safa, it's 10 new cocktail shirts, not cocktails. Kirsten, no need to apologize if husband lured you with alcohol shopping. Speaking of alcohol shopping, I got the thing about the new limited edition Starwood, which sounds great, but I don't know, $150 is just a bit rich for my blood. I'm going to save up. What my next expensive whiskey purchase to be from that Yakandanda distillery. Safa, there's no need to be to my PO box. No one sent me anything. They're supposed to tell me if anyone sends me anything. Oh, you did buy it. Okay, cool. Okay, Salumi, Starwood have a new limited edition. If I bring up my email, I could tell you what it is. Oops, obviously I've got Hawaii Lily confirmed another of my shirts is on the way. So if I look at the tracking thing, okay, I don't think I got that one. Buy again, logistics tracking, buy again, logistics tracking, buy again. Okay, so they're all on their way now. So sometime in the next couple of weeks, I'm just going to count them again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I ordered 10 shirts. I've got 4 of them. Over the next couple of weeks, the other 6 will arrive. So yeah, okay. So I am getting that. But I'd gone in here. I'd gone in here to look up Starwood. Here we go. Okay, so the Starwood, the new limited edition Starwood whiskey is called Octave Barrels. We matured one of our first batches of Starwood. Okay, this is from Yalumba's red wine barrels. Okay, so it's been matured in a barrel that matured Yalumba's the Octavius Old Vine Shiraz wine. So the Octavius is an iconic award-winning Barossa Shiraz. And when those rich fruit-forward flavors meet our signature single malt in a smaller size barrel, it's quite a treat. Look, honestly, I think it's probably a really fucking good whiskey. It's just $150 a bottle. Yes, I saw that oyster gin, Salumi. Yeah, Abigail, it's too expensive for me. I did a Never Never haul. Their Juniper Freak Navy Strength gin, fucking great, and also there are their version of Geneva, which is like the historical ancestor of gin, which they call Jennifer, which is really good. And their version of Aquavit, which is also really good. I made Mrs. Angry really got into the Aquavit and tonic, actually. Okay. So, Kirsten, there are 128 bottles of Octave bottled but never released. Ooh. Can't believe I haven't been drinking my sour apple liqueur more. It's really good. I mean, honestly, I probably should turn it into a highball. I should add soda to it because it's really sugary, but it's really yum. Oh, so you're really into Never Never, just silly me. Love Juniper Freak. Ganache is the bomb. Ginache is the bomb. So they're wrapped in a pallet on top in orange labels. Ooh. So yeah, I am quite convinced this limited edition Starwood the Octave barrels would be a really fucking good whiskey. It's just a bit rich. So label set costs $24 each. Oh yeah, Kirsten, I don't know if we told you. Nettie got the Starwood Coffee bottled cocktail on the weekend, and I believe really likes it. So when you're making cookie dough, when the cool weather comes back, you can bake gooey pumpkin spice chocolate cookies. Basic bitch for Halloween. Me too. I'm a basic bitch for Halloween, I have to admit. So I've got tomorrow, like I said, yesterday, my June blue spice video went live on my cocktail channel. Tomorrow, Halloween. Two ideas for Halloween cocktails. The Cadaver Reviver and the Nightmare. Oh, and Kirsten's going to South Australia. Nice. And visit distilleries, I assume. Talks like, oh my God. Okay, yeah, okay. Sad Boy's got a UFO video. I mean, let him. Just I don't care. Ooh, Kirsten, silly me. Reckon Kirsten has to go to Ambleside Gin? I get what you're saying, Jude Maris. My idea of, for something to be a Halloween cocktail, it has to do one of two things. It either has to have a spooky name, or it has to be a Halloweeny color, which for me is either blood red or like black. So sort of gothic colors. And the Cadaver Reviver, the way I made it, is light pink. I thought it would be more sort of blood colored, but it's not. It's light pink. But it's got the name, the Cadaver Reviver. But the Nightmare, the way I made it, is a very rich, dark red. So it's got a Halloween name, Nightmare. Plus, it's a very sort of rich, dark blood red color. Very fruity drink, actually. Very fruity. Yeah, Jude, I reckon orange and green would be Halloween colors too. I think you're right. So it's all for Kirsten and husband's road trip tour of Adelaide distilleries or South Australian distilleries. Oh, I can't get over how much I like. I made this my sour apple liqueur. I made it, and I made one video with it, made one cocktail with it, and thought that's pretty good. It's been sitting in the fridge, and tonight I just thought I'm just going to have a drink of it. And man, it's really good. I mean, because it's sugar. There is so much sugar in it. It's at least a quarter sugar. Is it? Is it? Oh, it's probably not quite a quarter sugar, but it's a lot. There is a lot of sugar in it. So you wouldn't want to drink too much of it. You get friggin' diabetes, honestly. Oh yeah, Jude, purple, a deep purple. I'd go for that as a Halloween color. Definitely. Oh God, Chris, still looking for film TV work. Yeah, that's a nightmare. Yeah, no, I can empathize with you, man. I hope shit works out for you, but yeah. I feel your pain at the moment. Yeah, pretty trash. So, Kirsten, yes, driving because it gives you freedom, or driving because you. Yeah, look, those are the big questions. Driving because it gives us freedom. Driving because it gives you a car to fill up with booze. Those are both good reasons. Left-wing dorks are a clickbait video. Oh, yeah, no. No. I can't be bothered. Hey, Hoodsy. Hello. Oh, you're a Long Island iced tea fan, a one of everything. I think and look, okay, it's cool. Get a Long Island iced tea. Man, okay, I've got to admit, if we're doing a one of everything drink, there are several cocktails on my YouTube cocktail channel that are essentially one of everything drinks. I mean, even a zombie, one of the famous tiki drinks, that's, usually at least 3 different sorts of rum It can be slightly different depending who makes it, but it's usually at least 3 different sorts of rum, at least 2 of which are overproof, and at least 3 different sorts of fruit juice as well. But yeah, it's fun to make those one of everything drinks. Honestly, good. Oh right, sorry, I just realised what you're talking about. Raiders live firearms onto a movie set. No. Okay, here's the thing. Raiders is referencing the fatal accident on the set of an Alec Baldwin film. And by the way, hi Shay and Dirk Stani and Lemonheads. Everyone's rocking in. Hello. So here's the thing that not everyone understands. The weapons that fire blanks in movies are essentially, in most cases, the same or very similar to the guns that fire bullets. It's just the munitions you load in them don't have a slug. They just have a bang bit in them. Now, they are still very dangerous, and Hollywood is littered with cases of people being killed by prop guns. Prior to this shit with Alec Baldwin, the most famous was probably Brandon Lee was killed on the set of The Crow by a prop gun where something had got lodged in the barrel. And when the blank fires, it's quite a bit of percussion. It's a loud noise, quite a bit of percussion. And there was something lodged in the barrel of the prop gun, and the percussion of the blank fired out this blockage, shot Brandon Lee in the chest and killed him. I'm not sure exactly what happened on the set with Alec Baldwin, but what his set and Brandon Lee's set have in common is they'd gotten rid of the Union armaments expert because they thought they were too expensive, and then there was a fatal accident on the set. There was also, I can't remember who it was, but there was someone who was reasonably famous, and this was an old Hollywood thing, someone with guns on the set. He's messing about on the set, and he put the prop gun to his head and going, "It's all too much, I'm going to end it all." And everyone's going, put it down, fuck, put it down, don't pull the trigger, put it down. And he's going, "It's the prop gun, guys. What are you stupid?" And they're going, don't do it. And he pulled the trigger of a gun that was loaded with blanks, and he had the barrel right against his temple, and the percussion was enough force to give him fatal brain trauma and kill him. What appears to have happened on the Alec Baldwin set seems to be very similar, if not the same, as what happened on the Brandon Lee set. A badly loaded prop pistol had some sort of something loose in the chamber, and when the blank discharged, it fired out the shrapnel and killed someone. Yeah, and Chris, you're right. That's exactly what happened. The AD cut corners, didn't check the gun, armor was inexperienced. There had been 3 near misses reported on the set, and they got rid of the Union armorer because he was making too much noise about this set is unsafe. No, Abigail, I'm prepared to be proven wrong, but I'm willing to bet that the gun was not loaded with live rounds. I'm willing to bet that wasn't the case. I'm willing to bet it was just a badly managed prop gun. And yeah. So I'd say it was just a badly managed set where they were cutting corners and they got rid of the Union armorer because they said it cost them too much. Not using rubber guns for rehearsals. That's another one, Chris. Yeah, I'd be willing to bet there wasn't a live round in the gun because blank rounds are very dangerous. The bang they make, they fire with quite a bit of percussion. If there's anything loose in there, or if it's a badly maintained prop gun, it can discharge shrapnel, and that can be fatal. Yes, Abigail, I think that's a good definition of a near miss. When you feel like you're going to shit your pants, but make it to the toilet on time. I think, although I haven't heard the details, what people are saying were the near misses on the set were prop weapons misfiring or doing something explodey, but no one got hurt. Like the prop guns doing something very dangerous, but no one got hurt. So yes, we will. I don't know. We will probably find out what caused it. But yeah. Oh, near misses. Sorry. I see, Abigail, you're paying far closer attention than me, Abigail. Near misses. Oh, we've all had near misses. We have all had near misses. Sometimes we're on the wrong side of a near miss, quite honestly. Not me though. Not me. No. I have I have uh I have excellent bowel control. Thank you very much. As tempted as I am to have some more of my sour apple liqueur, I think I'll just drink some water, honestly. Just some ASMR for you that sounds like peeing. All right. Now I have some icy water. Yes, exactly, Salim. It's not just a waste of people's lives. It's lasting trauma for the other people who were there. Chris, you reckon the production should be sued into oblivion? Yeah, the unions need to get pretty aggro about it, I think. Jude, I think you're probably right. A live gun can fire blank rounds, but a prop gun isn't designed to accept live rounds. I think you're probably right. So, Abigail, 3D printing and playing Elite Dangerous. Be surprised if you're paying more attention to the stream. But your SP brain's good at spotting spelling mistakes. That's fair. Yeah. So, Chris, yeah, the reason you left your last job was safety concerns, lack of pay. Same reason the union crew's gone on Baldwin's film. Yeah. Oh, God, Raiders a near miss when a car went over double lines and was heading for you. I can get that. Hello, Darius Feminist. Don't get you started with near misses. Tommy, I agree. Baldwin would be in a bad state, but the real thing is Baldwin, as a producer, may be criminally culpable for the death on set. I mean, I'm not going to race to any judgment or whatnot. I hope there's an extremely aggressive and thorough investigation into it. And yes, Abigail, as you say, blank rounds have wadding that leaves the barrel at ballistic speeds, which is why you don't put a prop gun to your head and pull the trigger, because it's a very bad idea. Yes, Chris, we don't know how much Baldwin is involved, but yes, he may end up being criminally culpable. We'll see. Hey, Alexander, for what it's worth, you reckon a live round went through a woman into a bloke, stood behind her, no shrapnel could reasonably do that. Again, we don't know the details. What could have happened is the end could have virtually exploded. It could have been multiple shrapnel. I don't know. I'm not racing to any judgment. I'm not racing to any conclusion. Because there are so many different things that could have happened. If they had a gun, see, here's the thing. It's easy to leap to that conclusion. It was a live round in there. But if that was really the case, if they were using a firearm that was capable of firing live rounds and someone had put a live round in it, that is a go to jail offense. That is a criminally negligent workplace homicide. That is absolutely send someone to jail. That is criminal negligence. That I honestly don't believe it. What's the wrench account on Abigail? Oh, the wrench icon. Because I made Abigail a moderator, an admin. I don't know what the term is. Chris, yeah. Again, I don't know the stories. If it was a rehearsal, why weren't they just using a rubber gun? I agree with you. It just basically, and this is why, again, 99 times out of 100, when people do reckless things, no one gets hurt. Okay? That's just the way it works. 99 times out of 100. I've done stupid shit so many times in my life where the tiniest variation would have resulted in serious injury or death to someone, but nothing went wrong. So when you do stupid shit, 99 times out of 100, nothing goes wrong. But whatever the particular stupid shit they did on the set was, it got someone killed. So somebody, or possibly multiple somebodies on that set, was extremely reckless. I find it very hard to believe someone was reckless to the point of putting live rounds in a gun that was used on set. I just think that's incredibly unlikely. But again, I think there should be a really aggressive investigation into this. And we shall see what comes out of any investigation. Again, just not rushing to any judgment. It was very bad. Someone was negligent. This happened because of negligence. There is a question: is it negligence to such a degree that someone or multiple someones should be held criminally liable for it? My initial thought is, yeah, maybe, but we'll see. We will see. Oh, Jesus, Hoodsie, that's a big question. Why do ants climb up into a roof just before heavy rain? This is not something I'm aware of. This is not something I have ever witnessed. I do remember being told sometimes just before rain, there will be a lot of activity on the ground in ant colonies. They know it's going to rain and they're preparing. I don't know how true that is. Your thing, climbing up into the roof, that's not something I've ever witnessed. Not only do I not have an answer for your question, that is actually not a thing I have witnessed. So, no idea, basically. Raiders, yes, I reckon that's a fair call. Ants can't swim. Which has got to suck if your house is underwater. I assume they block up the entrance when it's raining. And again, the thing about lots of ant activity just before it rains, I actually don't know how true that is. That's, yeah, you get told folk tales and you kind of believe it. I don't know how true it is. Abigail laugh when people make bang sounds when acting out a shooting scene in TV shows. Especially funny if it's a sci-fi show with phasers or something. Yes. Yes. People do weird stuff making TV and movies. Yeah, I would say maybe they can sense barometric pressure. I mean, Jesus Christ, the termites in the Northern Territory, there are two sorts of termites in the Northern Territory that make these really big mounds. But one of them does like a cone-shaped one. One of them does one that's sort of flat. And the lines on that are apparently lined up with the north-south magnetic poles. So these termites can actually sense the north-south magnetic poles, and it influences how they build at their home. which I find trippy as heck. Same as how do birds migrate? Apparently, birds can. I think this is the current accepted wisdom. Birds can actually sense the north and south magnetic poles. I don't know. We need to talk. We need a scientician to tell us these things. Ready to get more huntsmen when it's raining? Yeah, maybe huntsmen know it's going to rain and they go from low places to high places and they know it's going to rain. I don't know. So the whole thing about animals can tell when there's going to be an earthquake. I know there's a lot of anecdotal evidence that animals behave in a particular way before an earthquake. I don't know if that's ever been quantified in a scientific sense where people can say, no, they definitely can. But yeah. Left-wing dorks. I don't have a PhD. I have a BA and I read a lot. And I try very hard to acknowledge when I'm saying something, this might not be right. This is something I've read, or this is something I've been told, this is something I've heard. Seems right. Need to emphasize, not an expert in this field. Could be thing. Abigail, I think you might be right. These termites and ants got the COVID vaccine and they're magnetic. That could be it. Thank you, Alexander. I do have a PhD. Pretty huge dick. Penis size is overemphasized and is no indicator of sexual satisfaction. Just throwing it out there. I've been watching Sex Education on Netflix. It's one of those shows, and this is a conceit used in so many shows and movies. The whole tension in the thing would be 100% resolved 5 minutes into a thing if one character just said a thing to another character. That she said, hey, what? And then no tension and everything is resolved. And Nettie, you love penis hands girl. She's funny. The sci-fi porn. BA is a Bachelor of Arts. Yes, it's a bachelor degree. So that's your most basic degree. I have a Bachelor of Arts in theatre media, and that's why I like putting on a show. Oh, what the fuck? Sorry, my web browser is just fucking with me. So what is this trying to tell me? Shazam, you all. There's my answer. Probably. And Kirsten was sharing a photo with me. Wow, that's weird. I'm selling live now. Sorry. Kirsten showed me a screenshot where something said, I'm selling live now. Selling my soul? Who knows? No, Left-wing dork, I do not have an IT degree. I learned IT work on the job. So let me watched a show about Clio being a new magazine and the women talking about girth versus length. Girth is potentially more important. Technique is what's important. There was a great line on I'm up to season 3 of Sex Education, and one character says to another, you've got 10 fingers and a tongue, use your imagination. So, and that's pretty good advice, quite honestly, to anyone, no matter what your gender or sexual persuasion is. So, oh, nice, Kirsten, you've got a Bachelor of Science in Library Technology, which you're deploying to manage stuff at distilleries, which I think is great. I'm using my communication skills to help people understand IT systems. Makes perfect sense. Sulima, you worried about giving us TMI? That is entirely your decision, whether you share TMI or not. Personally, I'm kind of into it when we get TMI shares, but no pressure. So, Abigail, your Bachelor of Science is in chemistry and a Bachelor of Computer Science with honours and an associate diploma in IT. Nice. Hoodsy, that should be a t-shirt. Communicate before you fornicate. I actually even okay, and this is going to sound like I'm boasting or something, but I've always regarded communication and clear understanding as important. Even when I was young and horny, or like when I was at uni, and I was like mad getting it on with a young woman, and um, we're like half naked, and we're riding around, and I just stopped. I go, you know what? I think we should talk. I think we should talk for a bit before this goes any further. And she said, "Oh my god, that's such a relief." But anyway, Optical Turkey. Hello, you have a PhD in medicine. You wouldn't recommend it? It nearly killed you. It sounds like hard work. Definitely sounds like hard work. Good question, Salumi. If someone's self-conscious about size, they might work more on other aspects. Oh, see, okay, left wing dog suck. Here's the thing. I've been in IT for a very long time. I'm a business analyst. These days, there are qualifications for a business analyst. There weren't any when I started. So I learned on the job. So, yeah. No, I just saw Tommy reacting to you, Megaly. Unsatisfied with your package? Try Bolito. Tommy can't get away from Bolito. Damn. Fair enough, Kirsten. Board of libraries and working with old women. I'm sure distilleries are much more fun. And also, there was so much fun when you pointed out the number of master distillers in Australian distilleries who are scientists. And they've got these advanced science degrees, and they've just gone, yeah, distilling science. I'm going to use my science knowledge to distill better, which is fucking brilliant, honestly. I like that, Abigail. Having heard many PhD horror stories, when you started a PhD, your honors research supervisor looked at you like you were crazy. God damn. Left wing dog suck. You could do it today, learn on the job. It's going to depend very much on the environment in which you are working, and it's going to depend on you and the people you are working for. It was the only way to do it 20 years ago when I started. These days, it's a bit different. People say, I want a qualification. So I just tell them I have a BA. They assume it's a BA in IT. It's not. A BA in communications sounds relevant. It's not. Optical Turkey, you are teaching yourself in the subject while doing a PhD in it because you're self-teaching bioinformatics, basically. Very stressful. That does sound... Oh, Baldo. Okay. I thought it was Bolito. Baldo. Sounds like dildo. Okay, fair enough. BA in bullshit artistry. Yeah. That's kind of what I actually had to explain to someone at work the other day. How did I get to where I was? And they said, oh, that makes sense. Because I did a presentation because I have to do lots of presentations. I have to run lots of workshops. I have to write lots of stuff. My whole thing is about clear communication to people. And one of the guys who's way more technical said that he really enjoyed my presentation. And he goes, how did you learn to do that? How did you get here? And because I had told him previously I had a theatre degree. And I said, okay, here's how it went. I do a theatre degree. I finish uni unemployed because what fucking work am I going to get? Anyway, one day I see an ad in the job pages because this is in the olden days where jobs were in papers. And it said, out of work actors, use your voice skills. And I went, I'm an out of work actor with voice skills. And I answered it, and it was a telemarketing job, which I did for a while but didn't like. And then a friend said, oh, you hate the telemarketing. You should work where I work. I do customer service. I take incoming calls and I don't have to sell anything, and it's great. And he was right. And I worked with him for a while. And then I did customer service jobs part-time, full-time for a couple of years. And then I got a gig that was ongoing. And I ended up being a team leader, running a team of people in the customer service center. And then one day the manager just said to me, because I've always liked computers. I fucked around with computers from when I was a kid. One day the manager said to me, hey, you're like the only person here who gets computers, and you're the only one who applies any logical thought to how we should use the systems. Do you want to be a business analyst? And I said, what's a business analyst? And he sent me to the IT manager to talk about the position of business analyst. And the IT manager explained it to me, and I went, oh, fuck yeah, I can do that. And so I became a business analyst. And over about 2 years, I learned on the job. And that's what I've been doing for 20 years. No one does business analysis for 20 years. They go and they be project managers or something. But I fucking hate project management. It's all bureaucracy. If you get a promotion, you've just got to do all this bureaucratic shit. Where I enjoy BA work, and so I still do it. Left-wing dorks going for your PhD. 3 years for social science. God damn. Good luck with that. It's because you got sick of the old lady who was mad at you because her husband left her for a girl. Oh, no. I just imagine you work in the library and there's an older woman there who was mad at you because her husband had left her for a girl who was close to your age and you were her boss. Oh, my God. And yes, as to Abigail's question, Kirsten says lesbrarians are a real thing. Yes, absolutely. So let me see. So I'm just checking what my computer's doing. It's not doing much, doing stuff slowly. Oh, God. Oh, okay. Mega Leech just wants to fill me in on what Baldo is. Cool. So okay. All right. I'm just looking at a couple of messages and okay. All good. Good and dandy. Fine and dandy. We're at 9:30. Okay. Rolling in to the last half hour with Martini Cat. Looking forward to showing off because, like I said, I got 3 other shirts and I quite like the. And the reason I got a lot of the ones in this haul is because they're very different to the other ones. Some are not so different. One of them actually has recipes on the shirt. Has a recipe for a Manhattan and a recipe for a sidecar on the shirt, which I thought was kind of funny. But a few of them they're very different colors and designs. Like this is very different to any of the other ones I have. So a few of them are very different colors and designs to the other ones I have. Jude Maris, there are a bunch of Chinese websites that sell these. I forget how I first got onto them, but it's on Facebook, and you click on one of them and you get them forever. This, okay, if anyone really likes this, it's start off. If you search a site, I think it's called the Hawaii Lily. I'll double check. I will absolutely double check. Yes, it's called Hawaii Lily or Hawaii Lily. I'll put it in the chat. I actually have some weird fucking stuff on this website. And weird as in good and interesting. And if you search for this once and you don't have ad blockers and anti-tracking stuff on, you will get ads for it forever. And all the competing, and they all sell variations on the same designs. I get ads for a dozen different Chinese websites all selling these shirts. But that one I put there, Hawa Lily, that was the first one I ordered off. And in fact, that's where these ones have come from as well. I have actually ordered them from a couple of different sites because the different sites have slightly different designs. They have a bunch the same and then some different. If you go on those ones now, they have a bunch of Halloween and Thanksgiving and Christmas designs on them. So I'm not getting any of them. I'm just getting cocktail shirts. And some of the ones I got before aren't cocktail ones, but they're these kind of 50s, 60s retro designs, which I quite enjoy. Remind me of the Jetsons. Who's smarter? Person that has a bachelor degree, person with a master degree, person with a PhD. Smarter is a subjective term that has no objective meaning. Broadly speaking, who has read more on a particular topic, as you go further into the degrees, you spend way more time on your reading and research. To do a bachelor degree, you don't have to do that much reading and research. You have to do more reading and research to get a master's degree. You have to do much more reading and research to get a PhD. But you've opened up the door to one of my pet bugbears. Smart, intelligence, IQ is a borderline meaningless term. It's very subjective and is not a very helpful measure of anything. And yes, Abigail, in short, you should not judge people or yourself based on qualifications or lack thereof. And yes, oh, Jude, you've gone straight there. Yes. Oh my God, there is some psychedelic inventory on those sites. You go there, you go like, wow, I never knew people wanted mushroom shirts, but this site has 20 different mushroom shirts on it. But yes. Guess I'm one of the smartest guys you knew could barely read, but he could fix all mechanical equipment. Again, yes, this is why I say smart is a subjective term with almost no objective meaning, and certainly is not a measure of the value of a person. Your ability to perform academically is in no way intrinsically a measure of your value as a person, is in no way a measure of your ability to contribute to society. So optical turkey, you describe intelligence as the speed at which one can grasp novel concepts, but that's only one definition, exactly as you say. And yeah, I think we all agree, qualifications don't completely define intelligence. Abigail's harvesting the fruits of your labors. That's what happens when you get into home agriculture, Abigail. Harvesting the fruits of your labors. And just sound me out if you think one Friday night stream, we should go over to your place and do a stream while eating fruit, is all I'm saying. Eating fruit. And expanding our consciousness on the stream. I was just saying, I will bring the cocktails. I'm not sure if that's necessarily a good idea, but I regularly do things that are not necessarily good ideas. So just throwing it out there. I will occasionally do things that are ill-advised. But it's like, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. A Halloween live stream. That would be next Friday? Tommy, good point. We have things that are better, and we're not better or worse. Again, I regularly quote the Irish writer, comedian, musician who has the stage name Blind Boy Boat Club. He does a great podcast, the Blind Boy Podcast, and he's very switched on guy. And where he's done the research into things about philosophy and mental health, he says the thing to maintain healthy self-esteem, you need to remember you are not intrinsically better than anyone else. No one else is intrinsically better than you. Humans are too diverse and varied to be measured on any arbitrary system. Having said that, you can absolutely be a shitty person or you can be a good person. But in terms of intrinsic value, no human is intrinsically more valuable than another human because humans are too complex to measure like that. Chris, Sunday's a terrible day for Halloween. I was just thinking, Oh man, I guess I could do a big party on Sunday night and just not go to work on Monday because we got Tuesday off as well. So no one expects you to be at work on Monday anyway. Kirsten, I would agree with you about multiple intelligences. There are different ways you can measure, but again, intelligence is not worth. No matter how you measure intelligence, if someone says intelligence is intrinsically a measure of someone's worth, that person is at best bordering on fascist. At worst, they're actually a eugenicist. But yes, no matter how you measure it, intelligence is not a measure of intrinsic worth. And nice summary, Jude. Death's the great equalizer. We all feed the worms. Safa, am I working on Monday? My intention is to work on Monday because I won't get paid because I'm a contractor. So I won't get paid if I don't work on Monday. A bunch of other people are going to take Monday off, but I got shit I can do on my own. I don't need other people. I've got some research shit to do. So I can keep myself occupied on Monday, even if everyone else has taken it off. But I potentially also could get talked into Sunday night Halloween live stream. I don't know. Okay, so Kirsten, the multiple intelligence model talks about naturalist, spatial, musical, interpersonal, intrapersonal, logical, mathematical, and linguistic intelligence. Yeah, and I would agree. Those are all very different, and people can have multiple of them, and people could have one or two very high and be very low in the others. Absolutely. Oh, Salumi, you want a Halloween? Do you mean Sunday night, Salumi? I was thinking of Friday night, but Sunday is literally Halloween. Yeah. You have a house inspection on the 1st. God damn. Is Monday's the 1st? You don't want to get too wrecked on Sunday then. Yeah, Sunday's the 31st, so Monday's the 1st. Yeah. Yeah, not because of the silly horses. All right, so there appears to be votes. We should do a Halloween party. All right, so there are votes. We should do a Halloween party on Sunday night. Oh, absolutely, Jude Maris. There are definitely candy corn cocktails. But you can do non-alcoholic. I mean, you could just make a candy corn syrup and make a non-alcoholic cocktail with that. But it's very easy to make a candy corn syrup because candy corn would probably dissolve in boiling water. And then you'd have a candy corn syrup. No, Kirsten, your horse won't do silly horses. Literally only Melbourne Metro does silly horse holiday. And I'm in Melbourne Metro, so I get silly horse holiday. And an overwhelming number of people in my workplace will be taking Monday off as well. I wasn't intending to, but if we're going to do this Sunday night thing, I might. I might. Maybe I should treat myself and take it off. I don't know. I might actually have a convo with work folks tomorrow who's taking Monday off. Because I was thinking of working on Monday because there's stuff I can do. But maybe I should treat myself and take it off. Have I thought about getting a TV show on the ABC? I think it requires more than me thinking about getting a job on the ABC. Just you talk about smart topics. Yeah. Don't think I'd get on well with ABC hierarchy, in all honesty. Ooh, Nettie, you got invited to a Melbourne Cup party. So that's like during the day on the Tuesday, I guess, is it? What's a Melbourne Cup party? I don't know Melbourne Cup parties. What's the time? 9:40. I think I might drink a little bit more water. Just to drown. I didn't drink a lot of alcohol tonight, but I have a little bit more water. Just to balance the alcohol I did drink. And I need to resist this because this is very yummy. Very sugary. Give me the diabetes. Ugh. Put it back in the fridge. Talking with Andrew on smart topics. That reminds me of is it BoJack Horseman, where the reclusive writer J.D. Salinger comes out of hiding to make a TV show called. There's a quiz show called Hollywood Stars. Do they know stuff? Let's find out. Yes. Oh, geez, that would be a good show, actually, Abigail. You, me, and Aidsy being on the panel. So, Kirsten, WA, everyone used the silly horses as an excuse to drink at work and eat cheese? Yes. So you're back at work after 2 days off with, dodgy neck, damn. Toby on Facebook, hello. Yeah, Kirsten, the horse stuff is bad. The horse stuff is very bad for the horses. And it's a waste of resources. But yes, eating and drinking, definitely. Nice. Chris, you did a TV show similar to the streams a few years ago that was popular. Well, that's good. That sounds nice. Oh, Safa. Cheese snobs exist, but I was talking about the snob list. I think cheese snobs, there's not many of them and no one listens to them. I think I was adding, in my own head, I was adding something to the snob list. So, okay, snob list goes whiskey snobs, wine snobs, rum snobs, beer snobs, and there's like me, anti-vodka snobs. I suppose even generally, that's like cocktail snobs. What would go after that? I think there was something else I thought of. And under that would be cheese snobs. Safa, pairing cheeses with cocktails is an art form. There are people who are really into it. Yeah, silly mom also with eating and drinking for Halloween. Fuck the horse racing. Chris, yeah, last Melbourne Cup, one of the horses got shot. I mean, I think they give it an injection these days rather than a shotgun. Toby Yates is okay. He was on the stream the other night. So, Salumi, pumpkin spice choc chip cookie dough is amazing. Nice. You would have missed the other night. I broke out my chocolate gin from Antha. Chocolate gin with spicy orange ginger ale is a fucking killer drink. Actually, it's a really good drink. Recommended by the folk at Antha who did this chocolate infused gin. It's very good. Very good. Yes, Safa, horse racing is barbaric. It's fucking horrific. It's horrific mistreatment of the horses. And the rich fucks who do it make up all this dumb shit about how they care about the horses, and they fucking don't. Salumi is great. So I just, on a whim, because I visited the Antha distillery once when I had a weekend away with Mrs. Angry and bought some of their gear, and it was good. And then I think I was on their mailing list and said, "Oh, look, we've done a chocolate gin." And I went, "That sounds hilarious. I need to get a chocolate gin." And it's actually slightly chocolate colored. And I ordered it online, and they included. I bought two things. I think I bought two things. What I got from? Sorry, I'm just going to look. So I've got the chocolate gin. And no, I might have got one of their standard gins as well. I feel like I bought two, but then they also threw in the package a 4-pack of this Fever Tree spiced orange ginger ale, and they said, we recommend, this is our what do they call it? Signature serve, the chocolate gin with Fever Tree spiced orange ginger ale, and it fucking rocks. Left-wing dorksack, I'm going to go further than voting for Labor. I will be very actively advocating that other people vote Labor. I think it is vitally important to this country's future that the LNP get voted out. And then I hope Labor don't fuck up when they're in power. Ugh. Chris, petting nice horses is good. Used to work for a horse showcase and fair. Did all kinds of cool tricks riding. Guess what? Didn't kill a single horse. No, it's horse racing that kills horses. Horse racing is very dangerous. And even when it doesn't kill horses, it's really quite cruel to horses. So, Salima, you've got the Ambleside Mandarin Gin because the cute lady who was running the bar gave you extra taster for free. That is a perfect fucking reason for getting it. That is an excellent reason for getting it. I only regret one time I was at Dan Murphy's, and this is before I got seriously into gin. So this would have been early last year, before Kirsten totally converted me to buying Australian products. And there was a woman, she was actually, and I don't even remember which distillery it was, but she was the distiller, and she was doing a little table at Dan's going, you want to taste? And so I tasted it straight, and I tasted it with tonic. And I thought, I don't usually like gin and tonic, but this is good. But I wasn't buying it. And she was very nice and whatnot. Still a regret that I didn't buy her gin, actually. So, yeah. Safa, would it be a good idea doing fruit picking in summer? If they pay you well, man. If they pay you well. It's hard work. It's hard work. But if you get proper pay, I would say go for it. Don't let the fuckers rip you off because they've got a bad reputation for that. But if you're somewhere, if you're not scared of some hard work, like I'm too fucking old and fragile to do it. You're a young lad though. You could do it. If they're going to pay you properly, it's potentially a really good idea. So Kirsten jazzed for Ambleside. Salumi was there with your partner. Think he enjoyed seeing you swoon over a pretty person. Nice. And Chris, I want to see the June movie too. Absolutely. Oh, Left Wing Dorks, vote for the Greens by all means. No, that is not something to apologise. That is absolutely not something to apologise. It's just that the Greens aren't going to win power, are they? Personally, I think it would potentially be a better world if Labor was forced to go into a coalition with the Greens. Because, of course, the Libs never win power in their own rights. They're always reliant on a coalition with the Nationals. I can see it as being a good world. There's only a handful of seats where the Greens are competitive. And if people want to vote Green in those seats, I'm 100% supportive. Go for it. But I was talking on the national level. I would advocate people voting for Labor because, well, they can form a government. The Greens won't form government. And yes, Abigail, that's a good way to put it. Vote Greens first, Labor second. And our Labor, again, okay, Jesus, don't get me started on the failings of the Labor Party, because the failings of the Labor Party are legion. I am not a Labor broken. I'm not even particularly enamored of the Labor Party, honestly. They disappoint me on the regular. And I actually mean it. I think a preferable future would be where neither Labor or the Liberals were capable of winning government in their own right, and they had to form a coalition, which means they had to make concessions. Left-wing dorks would overvote Greens. I don't think Greens even run in my electorate. I'm in this gross Liberal Party seat. But yes, the joy of preferential voting is you can't throw your vote away. So even if you were in a seat where a Green stood no chance at all of winning, you could still vote them one and then preference the next major party you wanted to get in second. And that is sending a message. The major party scrutineers see how you vote. So even if the preferences of the minor party that you voted for, because they were never going to win, then flow onto the major party, the major parties see, oh, okay, if we want to increase our primary vote, we have to do something that appeals to the voters who voted for that minor party. So that is why Australia's voting system is excellent, because you can't throw away your vote. Clapping for chlamydia. Hello. Come in for the last 10 minutes. Good to see you. So, yes, I know in some electoral systems, and by some I mean I think both the UK and the US, if the person you voted for doesn't get 50% of the vote, your vote just goes bye-bye. And I think those voting systems are bullshit. I think Australia's is better. And if you're not au fait with how it works, here is the very short version and possibly flawed. So, okay, say there are 4 people running for a seat. This is not the Senate, this is the lower house. 4 people running for the seat. Okay, so all the votes get cast. If one candidate has more than 50% of the primary vote, they win. Okay. Now, if nobody has more than 50% of the primary vote, the last place one is out, and their votes are distributed based on preferences. Okay. And when the preferences are distributed, you then look at what everyone's vote is now and say, does someone have more than 50% of the vote now? If no, then the third place one goes out. So there's only 2 left in, and then that person's preferences are distributed, and whoever has the most votes from the last 2 remaining wins the seat. So you cannot waste your vote. Okay. Your vote continues to mean something. Micro, what's happening? All caps. Oh, Chris, you're saying the US Greens are not anti-vaxxers. That was a smear job by John Oliver. I think 1 or 2 very weird people have run as Greens. But yes. Oh, yes, and that's another good point, Abigail. First preference votes count even if you don't win, because you can end up with funding from the Electoral Commission based on the number of first preferences. And also, your first preference might send a message to the major parties, I better do something for those voters. Nice. Micro got a new car. Excellent. Did Jill Stein say, okay, okay, I'm just going to see what Google says. See if I can find a quick source that's reliable. Okay, so the guard, okay, I'm just going to look at this. Jill Stein accused of anti-vaxxer sympathies. And okay, I'm just going to go out on a limb. I think Jill Stein's a fuckwit from what I've seen. I think Jill Stein is a fuckwit. Jill Stein has claimed questions remain about the oversight of vaccines. She says, as a medical doctor, I support vaccinations. I have a problem with the Food and Drug Administration being controlled by drug companies. Stein echoed concern of anti-vaccination campaigners, the suggestion that unfit or influenced regulators could open the door for dangerous medicine. She seems to be trying to have it both ways. And again, Jill Stein is definitely prone to conspiratorial thinking. She is a fuckwit. And yeah, Chris, you're pointing out she's not current Green Party candidate. So yes. Oh, okay. That's what your dog suck. You're a Green supporter. And the kind of thing. Nice. Oh, Marco, you got a 2019 Nissan Versa. Okay. I don't know what that is. So I'm going to look it up. Oh, nice. Sedan. Nice looking car. Nice. Excellent. Chris, you're saying Stein hasn't been in the party since the last presidential election. Fair enough. Stein's a fuckwit. Left-wing Dorksack, I am extremely pro-union. Put an asterisk in there and say that there are some unions you can point to do bad things. There's some union leadership you can point to that do bad things. But as a concept, very staunchly pro-union, very much so. Clapping for chlamydia. What Chris is saying is factually true. Yes, Jill Stein was most recently the Greens candidate in the presidential election in 2016, and she isn't now. And not just on her sucking up to anti-vaxxers. I think Jill Stein is very prone to conspiratorial thinking. Nice, good one. I love this word. It's a very sensible vehicle, 1.6 litre, 37 miles per gallon. You're talking about different things. Chris said it's been 5 years since she was the presumptive candidate for the Greens. So, so you've misinterpreted what he said. Everything talks going to be a Union man and Greens man. Look, I have a bunch of problems with the Greens as well. Honestly, probably not as many problems as I have with the Labour Party, but the Greens are not going to form government. So I'm just going big picture. Either Labour or the LNP are going to form government. But if I was a really staunch Greens person, I'd be very sort of grassroots, trying to get it to the stage where Labor can't win a majority on their own and they're forced into coalition with the Greens. I can think of worse things. Micro, you're looking at Toyota when you went there. Didn't like the way it sounded running. Okay, yep. No, you got to go with what you go with, man. We were talking about who badges the Cruise in the US, because the Cruise is actually just a rebadged European car, the Opel, and it's badged. Is it a Chrysler in the US? It's very weird the way these international car companies work, where they release the same or similar models in different markets and just rebadge them. We used to have some unique cars in Australia, notably Fords and Holdens, until the Conservative government destroyed the manufacturing industry in Australia, which was a fucking moronic thing for them to do. But then again, they are fucking moronic. Yes, and again, I agree with you, Abigail. The Greens and other minor parties are very possibly in a position to, because of the votes they hold either in the lower house or the upper house, to force the government to do better. Oh God, okay, yeah. Annette, I find the Labor brokers to be incredibly embarrassing when they complain about, the Greens are like stealing seats away from us. Do you want the Liberals to win? It's like, do you motherfuckers know how politics work? Seriously, Labor brokers are almost more embarrassing than LNP voters, for real. Christ, imagine being devoted to the Labor Party. I just hope the Labor Party will do better than the LNP. I strongly believe they will. But the idea of tagging your identity to the Labor Party just seems fucked to me, honestly. Jesus, that just seems fucked to me. So, yeah. Yeah, but in terms of someone's going, "Ooh, voting for the next election," I'd say, like, we need a Labor government. We need the LNP out. If I was really, oh, Abigail, why are Labor complaining about the Greens? Because they're fucking control freaks. They hate the idea of having to make concessions to the Greens. They fucking hate it. And this is why Labor brokens shit me. Now, that term I'm using, Labor brokens, just means people who have this obsessive self-identification with the Labor Party when the Labor Party actually doesn't share that back. And it's just like their brains are broken and they that they refuse to countenance that the Labor Party has any shortcomings. It's who I want to be in government. I don't want the LNP in government. But the idea of not acknowledging their shortcomings, it's fucking ridiculous. And yes, Friendly Geordies is weirdly fixated on the Labor Party. But yes, anyway. Anywho, and yes, micro USB broadly, politics be weird, yo. I think that's a true story. It's 10 o'clock. Gonna go to bed. And tomorrow is another day. And I won't be on tomorrow night. Be watching more of season 3 of Sex Education with Mrs. Angry, chilling out. Probably back on Thursday night, though. And we might be shaping up for a Sunday night Halloween party. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? So here we go. So you all take care of yourself, and maybe see you on Thursday if you're around then. But bye for now.